Hey guys, so today's video is going to be me showing you kind of like what you can expect in your first dance class, and I actually have to get going. I have like I think 20 minutes till or 15 minutes till my class. I have to like change out of my pajamas because my apartment is always so cold, so I always have like a really fuzzy pajama set. But let me go ahead and change, and also I need to find out if I can film in there. I kept trying to call to see if my teacher was okay with like me perhaps like asking her a few questions, but she hasn't responded. So we're gonna go to class and we're gonna see like what she says, and yeah, let me get changed and we're gonna head out there. Hopefully I'm not late this time. I never really figured out how to connect my camera onto my tripod, so I hope that you guys don't mind. I was unfortunately not early to ballet, but I'm also not late. Also, you guys, I did a sad attempt at a ballet bun. Some of you guys are like, please, you should do a proper bun for turning and stuff, but like realistically, sometimes you don't have time. Who cares? Like, I'm not really doing any turning because I'm not a pro yet. Class just finished and I look so sweaty and gross. This is what I am wearing, but I'll catch you guys up later. Okay, so I totally just recorded. My mic was off, so none of it was recorded, basically. Dance class was actually 2 days ago, and I'm just trying to do a recap for you guys because I want you to kind of get the vibe of what it's like to go into your first ballet class. Typically, when you enter a class, I totally understand it could be super intimidating. Like, if you're not really liking the feel of one of your classes, I would take a few classes and then eventually try out a different one. But because of the class that I took previous, I don't know, I just kind of like got the vibe. For this new studio that I go to, I did want to actually mention, you guys, I know a lot of you guys feel safer doing it online, which I totally get. I think I might be doing that as well, which I could also do a video on. But my teacher, actually, I really like her. She's great. But I will link everything down below because she does do online courses. Basically, she records the classes and you can follow along, and it's at a discounted price because it's not the same, obviously, as actually being in there. Do you guys want to see my pajamas? This is actually how I dress for every video. It's cute. Oh shit, I have to sneeze. Wait. The class, typically it's a studio. Sometimes if you go in, they'll sanitize everything, but sometimes it'll be you and a couple girls, but sometimes it'll just be you and the teacher, which is great because it's like a personal class. Typically for a class, what you expect is, the room, the studio, typically kind of small-ish. Mirrors, of course, so you can check your posture. When you're starting your class, the first thing that you would end up doing is actually some stretches. You want to warm up your body before you do any of that. I remember I don't know if I filmed this, but I totally got a cramp in my leg because I was really trying to raise up my leg on the bar as we were doing a stretch. I'm still learning the dance moves, and I also just want to mention, you guys, to the people that actually do dance, I go like, I think like once a month. I was going more consistent, and I feel like I've gotten better because I was going pretty often, but now because I have cancer and just traveling and doing all my cancer treatments, I can't go as often. So I know like I'm still beginner. If you're gonna correct me about my posture, I'm either gonna like, no hard feelings, but I will definitely block you, just because like I don't want to hear about that. Like, no offense, like I know I'm trying to get better, and some of you guys, like a lot of you guys are super nice about it, but some of you guys I'm like, really, like I'm really trying. If this isn't already clear from all of the titles that I left in all of my videos, and just basically from all of the information from all of my videos, I am a new dancer. I don't have experience, nothing prior. I'm pretty sure I've stated that in all of my videos, but a lot of the people that leave me like form and posture comments, like first of all, like I have a teacher for that, and of course I'm going to mess up because I am new and I don't go so often because I am sick, and also I don't really need your comments. I'm new and I'm not a professional dancer, so of course my posture and form are supposed to get better. That's the purpose of these videos. Again, a disclaimer, I'm not a professional dancer. I know some of you guys are actually intimidated to go into the actual classes, but honestly the only people that like judge me are, and which is fine, I don't care, are the people that watch my videos and like actually do dance. And I'm just like, okay, like and form is so important in ballet. It's just like you're really thinking about so much, especially when you're new, because you want to be able to get to the point where you're flowing, but at the same time, because this is unnatural, I'm speaking to all beginners, you're thinking about so much, like you really want to, and even in my clips I can tell, like my when I'm standing up straight after doing a releve or whatever, my legs aren't completely straight and I'm not really pushing off the floor like I am supposed to. And sometimes when I glide my feet, I'm not pushing the ground, which is things that you want to focus on, but again, with more practice you end up getting better. So yeah, to all the people that like are good at this, like I understand that I'm not at your level, so you kind of just like being rude about it online is not helping me. You understand that you have to get better at these things, and you will over time, because I've started to kind of flow, like I've started to kind of build muscle memory, because I only go like once a month now. You know, obviously I'm not there yet. Hopefully in the future, when I go a little bit more consistent, I would love to do a video of like my journey and everything like that, and also tell me what you guys want to see next. I'm still like, sometimes when I'm gone, I forgot like what the moves are, so I'll just like turn around and look at like what everyone else is doing, because that's typically what you do. I feel like you also learn a lot that way. I said this in other videos, I have so many ballet videos. I felt out some classes, a different studio, and then I eventually got to this one because they did offer point. A lot of the times, like I would suggest calling and seeing what they think as far as whether or not you can go to point, depending on what your goal is, which could take years. And some of the pros thought that I wasn't super clear in my videos, so I just wanted to be clear about that. Like obviously you're not going to be doing ballet for like a month and then get on point, which I don't think I ever said, but you know, let's just clarify that. My teacher personally, one of the things she's pointed out before, which I really like, is the fact that like, okay, especially as a beginner, you're overwhelmed with so many things that you have to focus on, which eventually you'll get to the point where you got it, you're flowing, whatever. Sometimes when we're dancing, what adults can tend to do is when the teacher corrects you, will stop mid-dance when she's trying to correct you so you can keep dancing. Adults tend to stop, whereas little kids, they will kind of, you know, adjust their form and keep dancing. I don't know, for some reason adults tend to do that, and I definitely do that. So she tries to hold it till the end so that we can kind of not be so hard on ourselves, but also just so that we can take it in a little bit better. I like how she takes, you know, adults a little bit more serious. If you're interested in the teacher that I have, again, I'll link everything down below. But I think that was it, you guys, as far as my class. I know a lot of you guys were talking to me about flexibility and just how ballet can be kind of expensive, and just like if you've never had practice and you don't want to go to class, like where to start, whatever. I have a little bit more flexibility because I did yoga for so long. I did like yoga, I would say 6 to 7 days a week for 2 years, and I really saw like a lot of drastic change with my body, so that's why I thought like I would have that approach with ballet. Because of that, I have quite a bit of flexibility, and I'll insert me waking up and doing yoga right here. I try to really flow just because I'm so familiar with it. I could follow the teacher and not even think about what pose to do. Like I could just flow, so to say. I like to compare yoga and ballet kind of a lot, just as far as like my experience, because yoga is really forgiving, and sometimes you really have to forgive yourself if you're not that great at ballet, because it's okay. Over time, like, you will end up learning these poses, especially with consistency. I will try to also link where I started. I did like this course. I'll link all of that stuff below if you guys are interested. Next week, I actually have a couple appointments at MD Anderson so that I can start my treatment. And then like, if you guys are not aware, by the way, I have breast cancer, and I found out like I think a month ago. So, you know, I've really been sitting on this for a while, and I will probably do several videos on this. So, you know, don't you guys worry. I wish I could keep going to ballet as often. So being an adult dancer and, you know, trying ballet and doing ballet and trying to get it to adjust your life. I guess what the difference is, it's like with adult dancers, yes, you have to be going consistently, but at the same time, when you're adult, like, there's so much more going on. And also, by the way, I forgot to mention, I did do my hair like super shitty before I went to ballet. The reason why you do it so tight is because so that it's all pinned back, so that when you're doing turns and when you're dancing, it's not in the way. And most of the time, I don't have time. This last time that I did it for this one class, like, I did it so bad, and I was like, I don't care. A lot of you guys like are like, okay girl, you really have to do something to your hair. But then all of my hair was falling out, and it was so in the way. And I just have to say, you guys are right. I'm sorry. So yeah, it kind of affects, you know, all the things that I obviously like, what I want to do. And, you know, this is something that I didn't expect. But even just like as an adult, sometimes like there are things that come up, and like you can't always go consistently. That's why I do think it's good to start at home sometimes, or start something at home, because you can be consistent with that. You do have control over that. We all know that we have to be healthy. We do have to move our bodies. Okay, like, let's talk about me, because I'm so good at like talking about everybody else and generalizing and giving you guys advice. So it's kind of affecting me and where I'm at and what I'm doing. I can't go as often. A lot of trauma and just stress and anxiety can get stuck in your body, or typically does get stuck in your body. There's this book that I've heard about, don't quote me exactly, but it's basically like you have to start moving because all that stress, anxiety, trauma, whatever is stuck in your body. So that's something that's going to be challenging in the next couple months, but I really think it's so important that I make sure I start moving. And if you're an adult, like, whatever your case is, like, it is just so important to start moving. Before, when I started taking ballet classes, I was just trying a bunch of new things. And I also tried kickboxing, and I did pole dancing. And I really want to keep going to pole dancing because, one, I want to get that body, but two, you guys, it's so fun. I feel like the one thing about ballet, and I love it, is it's hard to eventually get to a place where you flow. But with pole dancing, you're just, and okay, this is not a pole dancing video. With pole dancing, it's all or nothing, it feels like. It's all upper body strength, but I've seen other women that have had breast cancer do that, so I thought that that would be a cool thing to see how my body changes after trying a couple, like, basically moving your body. This is so important. I will also start lifting weights because that's also something that I've always wanted to do, because with cancer, you know, all those other things, perhaps you might gain weight because you know, you're not moving your body as much. I think next week's vlog is going to be me painting and doing art stuff, so if you guys are interested in that, keep watching, and I will give you guys an update tomorrow. I almost forgot to tell you guys that I was also on my period. I'm pretty sure you guys can wear a tampon and it'll be fine. Every single time that I've worn a tampon and I've gone to ballet, I always, and especially since I wear like pink and white, which is why this time I wore black pants, this always happens. It just escapes from my tampon. It is probably because I put it on wrong. It always happens during ballet class, so that's something that I would keep in mind. Definitely wear black. Like, are you guys ever like curious about that? It's like that's how I do it. Like, if you guys have any tips about that, because I swear I always have an accident when I'm on my period. And obviously the thing that you can do is just like not go, but it was just a one time that I was free, and I might not be free for a good minute. So yeah, that's something I wanted to mention. Guys, tell me some tips. So it is the next day. I think it's Friday today. Yeah. So I was talking to you guys yesterday night. Today I actually feel a lot better. Yesterday I kind of had like lower energy and I felt a little monotoned, which is just kind of like how I've been feeling all around. But I did want to update you guys on So we all know about like ballerina feet. I'm gonna give you an update about mine because I should have recorded this before. Like this doesn't even matter. Like I think it's so interesting. Like I've always said that. Wait, actually is this like footage for like people to like to use? So I literally have like no arch basically. But because I feel like I have ugly feet, like it's fine that like if I ever was to continue going to ballet like a lot, even after I get to a point, like it's okay because I don't really care because my feet are already ugly. Like, I don't know. It's like might as well use them, their ugliness to an advantage. But I also want to talk about something else. Some of you guys, okay, actually two things. For any of you guys that are thinking about like documenting your journey as well in ballet, so everything will be linked below as far as like the lights I use. I think I have my camera and I'm eventually going to buy a mic and then I'll link it down below. But if you guys have any questions as far as things like that, and if I buy any other future ballet things like online, I will post links in the description below. So just look out for that. That does give me a compensation, which I've disclaimed. But, you know, all that money would go to, of course, my treatment and stuff. That is going to be expensive for me. But I also wanted to talk about something else. A lot of you guys are afraid to start and you guys think that there has to be an age. But I would actually say otherwise. Like I don't think that there has to be a specific age that you can join. Like it could really be any other ages. I've done 2 videos on motivation and my journey and what I recommend, so I would check those out. Sometimes the reason why we don't do ballet or things that we like is like a limit that we create for ourselves. That's kind of why I always why when I started ballet I started other things to slowly get into like starting new things. But I would also recommend you doing that if you know if that's something that you're ever interested in. It's good to work through that. Like it's good to like be approached with like fear and like these internal limits that you have for yourself and try to surpass them. Perhaps it'll help you work through some things that you're going through trying these new things. I am about to film a sort of like vloggy art style kind of video because that's also something that I really wanted to introduce to my channel before all of my updates about my health and all that stuff, all of those videos start to come out, because I'm pretty sure I'll be like low-key for the next couple months. And I think I just want to say bye. I was looking at my notes. I think I just want to say bye, and I will talk to you guys super duper soon. If you guys are interested in me like being artsy and following me along to this like art store that I'm about to go to, stay tuned for the next vlog. Bye.